Imagine an island so small, you can drive across it in an hour. Now imagine that on that same island, 4 continents live side by side. Hindu temples share street corners with Chinese pagodas. Mosques face Catholic cathedrals. A market where you can taste India, Africa, China, and France in 30 minutes for $10, and nobody thinks it's strange. They call it vivre ensemble, living together, and they've been practicing it for 200 years. Here are 5 things about this island that will change how you see the world. 1. It's smaller than Rhode Island, 790 square miles, but it wraps the world's 3rd largest coral reef around its coast like a necklace.
2. It is the only place on Earth where the dodo ever lived, and the only country in Africa where Hinduism is the majority religion, every single time. 3. There's a waterfall here that flows under the ocean. It exists nowhere else on the planet. You can only see it from a helicopter. 4. There are sand dunes with 7 colors that refuse to mix. Shake them in a bottle, they separate back into stripes. Every single time. 5. There's a mountain where escaped slaves in 1835 chose to jump from the summit rather than return to a life in chains. That choice became a national holiday. The mountain became a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
And a flower that grows nowhere else on Earth blooms only on its cliffs. And every February, 500,000 people walk barefoot to a crater lake in the mountains, some 50 miles over 3 full days. Along every road, strangers set up tables of free food. Not just Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Chinese communities, all of them feeding pilgrims they will never see again. How does one tiny volcanic island, 790 square miles, hold all of that? That's what we're going to find out together, my friend. Grab a coffee, settle in, and let me show you Mauritius. You approach Mauritius from the air, and the first thing you notice isn't the island, it's the ring around it. A perfect circle of turquoise glowing from above. That's the world's 3rd largest coral reef, wrapped around Mauritius like a necklace, right behind Australia's Great Barrier Reef and Belize. The island, 790 square miles, about the size of Rhode Island. Drive it east to west, 1 hour and 15 minutes. And yet this tiny piece of volcanic rock packs in 9 districts, 4 dependent islands, and one of the highest population densities in Africa. Here's how it got here. 9 million years ago, a massive volcano erupted beneath the Indian Ocean. It kept erupting for millions of years. Then it went quiet. What it left behind? Dramatic black basalt mountains, jagged cliffs, and one extraordinary monolith at the southwest tip, Morne Brabant. 1,824 feet of pure volcanic rock, taller than the Empire State Building. We'll come back to it. The climate? Almost too easy. Winter runs May through October, dry, breezy. Off the coast of Morne, ocean currents drag sand and silt over the edge of a continental shelf into a 4,000-foot underwater trench. From a helicopter, it looks like the ocean is pouring into an abyss. It's an illusion, but the cliff is real, and it exists nowhere else on the planet. We'll come back to that mountain, because what happened there will stay with you forever. Before we continue this wonderful journey to Mauritius, my friend, tell me, what time is it where you are? What country are you watching from? Drop it in the comments below. People, identity. Now let's talk about the people, because this is where Mauritius gets truly unbelievable. 1.37 million Mauritians live on this island. Their ancestors came from 4 continents. 67% are Indo-Mauritian, descendants of Indian workers who arrived in the 19th century. 28% are Creole, descended from African and Malagasy people. 3% Sino-Mauritian, 2% Franco-Mauritian. And after 200 years of living together, the faces you'll see here are some of the most beautifully mixed in the world. There's a word Mauritians use, vivre ensemble, living together. It's not a slogan, it's a way of life. In the Port Louis market, Hindu vendors sell curry next to Muslim vendors selling biryani, next to Chinese vendors selling dumplings. On Diwali, Muslims join Hindu families. During Ramadan, Hindus bring gifts. Nobody thinks it's strange. It's just Tuesday. Say hello here, and you'll hear comment, Creole for how's it going, always with a smile. The average child in Mauritius speaks 3 to 4 languages before turning 10. Creole at home, French on TV, English at school, and Bhojpuri or Tamil with grandparents. 2 names to know. Amina Garib Fakim, first female president of Mauritius, 2015 to 2018, trained biologist. And JMG Leclisio, Nobel Prize for Literature, 2008.
One more thing. Mauritius holds the highest Human Development Index in all of Africa. University is free. Public transport is free for students and seniors. The US State Department rates it level 1 safe, the same as Iceland. Next stop, my friend, the capital. Capital versus countryside. Port Louis, founded in 1735 by a French governor named Maha de la Bourdonnais. It sits like a bowl, mountains on 3 sides, the Indian Ocean on the 4th. The Cotton waterfront features Umbrella Square, a plaza with rainbow umbrellas suspended in the air. Walk 5 minutes and you're in Chinatown, where the Quan Ti Pagoda has stood since 1842, the oldest Chinese temple in the Southern Hemisphere. At the Central Market, you can taste 4 continents in 30 minutes for about $10. Curry pots bubbling, dol puri sizzling, mangoes stacked in pyramids. Drive 15 minutes south in Cyber City, over 100 tech companies.
Locals call it the Silicon Valley of Africa. And on Saturdays, the whole city empties onto Champ de Mars, the second oldest horse racing track in the world, running since 1812. But if Port Louis is Mauritius's brain, the villages are its soul. Leave the city, drive south. 20 minutes and everything changes. High-rises fall away, sugarcane fields open like a green ocean. About 35% of this island is covered in cane. High in the mountains, Chamarel village. Around 800 people, descendants of freed African slaves. They carry the most remarkable surnames: L'Intelligente, La Sagesse, La Fantaisie, names given by French priests who described their ancestors by character. They still wear them proudly today, and when the sun goes down in the villages, you'll hear something that stops you cold. If you're loving Mauritius so far, my friend, drop a 1 in the comments, because what's coming next, you do not want to miss. Stay with me. Iconic animal, dodo plus kestrel. Every kid on the planet knows the dodo. Almost nobody knows this. Mauritius is the only place it ever lived. The dodo was a giant flightless pigeon, 3 feet tall, 50 pounds. It evolved on Mauritius for millions of years with no natural predators, so it never learned to fear anything. Then the Dutch arrived in 1598. They brought rats, cats, and monkeys. By 1681, less than 100 years later, the dodo was extinct. Now, the good news, because Mauritius earned a second chance. In 1974, a small bird called the Mauritius kestrel was down to 4 wild birds. Literally 4. Guinness World Records called it the rarest bird on Earth.
Then, conservationist Gerald Durrell arrived. He founded the Mauritian Wildlife Foundation. Captive breeding, rat control, nest guarding. By 2019, the kestrel population had grown to 400. Scientists call it the most successful bird restoration in history. And in March 2022, Mauritius named the kestrel its national bird. Same story with the pink pigeon. 10 birds left in 1991. Today, over 400 in the wild. Mauritius. We'll come back to nature soon. But first, listen.
Music. SÉGA. You'll hear it before you see it. A drum, a rattle, a triangle, and then the whole crowd starts moving as one. That's SÉGA. Born in the 18th century on the sugar plantations of Mauritius, from African slaves who had nothing but each other. After sundown, they'd gather. Someone would start a beat on a frame drum.
Someone else would sing in Creole. And they danced, hips low, feet quick, arms telling stories the world wasn't allowed to hear. 3 instruments. That's all it takes. The ravan, a large frame drum. The maravan, a wooden box filled with seeds. And a simple metal triangle. No electricity, and a whole beach starts moving.
In 2014, UNESCO added SÉGA to its intangible cultural heritage list. Every Mauritian has a favorite SÉGA singer. T. Frere is the greatest. His songs still play at every Mauritian wedding. Then there's Kaya. He mixed SÉGA with reggae and called it SÉGA. He died young in 1999, but his music is still everywhere. Here's what I love most. Sunday evenings at Flick and Flack Beach. Locals arrive with ravans. They start playing, and if you're standing nearby, they'll wave you in. SÉGA isn't a performance, it's a conversation, and everyone's in.
Food. If you only try one thing on the whole island, make it this. It's called dal puri, and here in Mauritius, my friend, it's basically a religion. Picture a thin, warm flatbread. Soft, elastic, slightly chewy. Inside, ground yellow split peas with turmeric. On top, a scoop of bean curry, rugai sauce, and pickle. Rolled up, handed to you in wax paper. About $1. Ask any Mauritian which stand is the best, and be ready for an argument. Then there's gâteau piment, crispy chili cakes made from split peas, deep fried, still hot. Eaten for breakfast, stuffed into a baguette. Rugai is Mauritian comfort food, a tomato stew with garlic, thyme, and ginger.
Add fish or sausage. Serve with rice. Every family has their own recipe, and every family's version is the best. In Chinatown, boulettes, steamed dumplings, pulled hot from massive pots. And to drink, a luda, a pink milky drink with basil seeds and vanilla, kinda like bubble tea's ancient ancestor. It makes no sense. It makes perfect sense. 4 cuisines, 1 plate, 1 island, only in Mauritius. Up next, a mountain that stands alone at the edge of the ocean, and a story you will not forget. Landmark number 1, Morne Brabant. You'll see it before you understand it. A single mountain, 1,824 feet of black basalt, standing alone at the southwest tip of the island, taller than the Empire State Building, wrapped in clouds. When the morning sun hits it at dawn, time actually stops. But the beauty isn't what makes Le Morne a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's the story. In the 1700s and 1800s, escaped slaves called Maroons climbed this mountain. They lived up there, hidden in caves, hidden in mist, safe from the world below. Then, in 1835, Britain abolished slavery. A group of police officers climbed Le Morne to tell the Maroons they were free. But the Maroons didn't understand. They saw armed men coming up the mountain. They thought slavery had returned to reclaim them. So they made a choice. Rather than go back down as slaves, they jumped. Today, the 1st of February, is Abolition of Slavery Day in Mauritius. The Maroons are remembered as heroes who chose freedom over everything. The mountain became a UNESCO site in 2008, not because it was beautiful, because it meant something. Here's a detail that hits harder the more you think about it. The national flower of Mauritius, Trochedia butoniana, grows only on Le Morne, in the same cliffs where those Maroons once hid. You can hike Le Morne today, 3 to 4 hours. A guide is required about $40 to $50. At the top, the lagoon glowing below, the ocean forever. When you climb this mountain, my friend, you're not climbing a rock. You're climbing a promise. Landmark history. Grand Bassin, GANGA TALAO. Drive up into the mountains, past the sugarcane, past the mist, past 1,800 feet of elevation. And then you'll see him, standing 108 feet tall, trident in hand, Lord Shiva. This is Grand Bassin. Hindus call it Ganga Talao,
the Lake of the Ganges. In 1897, a Hindu priest in the village of TRIOLE had a dream. He saw a hidden lake in the mountains of Mauritius, connected to the sacred Ganges River thousands of miles away in India. He went searching, and he found it, a crater lake, high in the mountains. Then, in 1972, a priest brought actual water from the Ganges River itself. He poured it into this lake.
And from that moment, this was the Ganges of Mauritius. Today, Lord Shiva at 108 feet, a matching statue of the goddess Durga, shrines to Ganesha and Hanuman around the lake. Entry is free, open 24 hours a day. Take your shoes off before entering any temple. The ground is sacred. For Hindu Mauritians, this lake is the Ganges, and every February, 500,000 of them walk here to prove it. But that story, the walk, the pilgrims, the strangers feeding strangers, we're saving that for the end. First, let's go somewhere the earth itself is painted 7 colors.
7-colored earth, Chamarel. Picture sand dunes, but not tan, not white. Red, purple, green, blue, yellow, ochre, violet. 7 colors, side by side. And here's what's almost impossible to believe. They never mix. Shake them together in a bottle, they separate back into stripes every single time. The science is beautiful. 9 million years ago, this area was volcanic. As the lava cooled, different minerals oxidized at different speeds. Iron oxide turned parts red. Aluminum oxide turned others blue and violet. The result? A natural rainbow you can walk right up to. But Chamarel gives you more. Right nearby, a 330-foot waterfall thundering into a jungle basin.
Below it, a family of Aldabra giant tortoises. These animals weigh 550 pounds. They live to 150 years. They roam the grounds like slow-moving boulders, completely unbothered by the world. And just up the hill, the only coffee plantation on the island, grown on volcanic soil at 1,000 feet of elevation. You can only buy it here. If you want a real souvenir from Mauritius, get a bag. The ticket runs about $10. Go early morning or late afternoon. The colors are almost unreal. Nature spent 9 million years making this. You'll spend 90 minutes seeing it, but it will stay with you forever.
Underwater waterfall. Off the coast of Morne, there's a waterfall. Here's the twist. It's under the water, and it's the only one on the entire planet. Here's what's actually happening. The lagoon around Morne is shallow, about 20 feet deep. Then, suddenly, the ocean floor drops off, a continental shelf into a 4,000-foot underwater trench. Ocean currents pull sand and silt over that edge constantly. From a helicopter above, it looks like a giant waterfall pouring off the edge of the world. It's an illusion, but the cliff is real. The drop is real. And from above, it is one of the most surreal things your eyes will ever see.
The helicopter tour runs 15 to 30 minutes, around $200 to $400. In one loop, Morne, Chamarel's 7-colored earth, and the underwater waterfall. 3 UNESCO-level wonders in half an hour. If you'd rather stay on land, Black River Gorges National Park. 26 square miles of protected forest, 37 miles of trails, home to the Mauritius kestrel and the pink pigeon, 2 birds that this island refused to let go. Some things, my friend, have to be seen from above to be believed. Next, what this island makes from its sugarcane, and why it might already be in your kitchen back home. Crafts: rum, tea, coffee. Sugarcane covers 35% of Mauritius. But forget the sugar. What matters is what happens after. First stop, Chamarel rum. Distilled from fresh sugarcane molasses, aged in oak barrels. Deep, smoky, complex. The distillery tour runs about $15 and ends with 5 tasting shots. And here's a fact your friends back home will love.
Chamarel rum has been sold at Whole Foods in the United States since 2019. If you love it here, you can find it back home. Second stop, Bois Sherry Tea Plantation, founded in 1892, the oldest tea estate in Mauritius. Their signature is vanilla tea, and the vanilla is grown right on the property.
Museum tour, factory walk, tasting, and lunch with a panoramic mountain view. About $25. Third stop, and this one is rare, Chamarel coffee. The only coffee plantation on the island, grown on volcanic soil at 1,000 feet of elevation. You can only buy it here. So if you want a real souvenir from Mauritius, one that nobody back home will have, get a bag. 3 things, 1 cane field, 3 completely different stories. Mauritius runs on sugar, but it tastes like rum, tea, and coffee. And that, my friend, is how you'll remember it. Next, we leave the highlands and head to the water. Because there's an island off this island that some people are calling the Bora Bora of the Indian Ocean.
Îlot CERFS plus Blue Bay Marine Park. They call it the Bora Bora of the Indian Ocean. Îlot CERFS is a small, semi-private island off the east coast of Mauritius, and the moment you step off the catamaran onto its beach, you'll understand why. 5 miles of white sand, a lagoon so clear you can see your feet in 6 feet of water, coconut palms leaning at just the right angle. You take a catamaran from DODO, about $60 to $80 for a full day. Barbecue lunch on the boat, unlimited beer and rum punch, snorkeling stops along the way. Now head south for Blue Bay Marine Park. 353 protected hectares, 38 species of coral in 1 lagoon. You can snorkel straight from the beach, no boat, no tour required. Or take a glass-bottom boat for about $25 and watch the reef scroll beneath you. Some beaches are pretty. Îlot CERFS is a fairy tale. And once a year, this entire island turns into something even more extraordinary. Something 500,000 people walk toward in the dark, barefoot, for days. That story is next. And my friend, it's the best one yet. The ring of turquoise you saw from the air? It's alive. The 3rd largest coral reef on Earth. Within Blue Bay Marine Park alone, 38 species of coral and over 80 species of fish in a single lagoon. Touching the coral is illegal in Mauritius, enforced, because once coral bleaches, it can take decades to recover. Offshore, spinner dolphins appear almost every morning. Sea turtles nest on the quiet beaches of the East Coast. In the deep water beyond the lagoon, blue marlin and sailfish draw sport fishers from around. The Mauritius Oceanography Institute monitors reef health year-round. Local fishermen serve as reef guardians. The reef is the reason this island glows from space. It's the reason the water is that color. And if Mauritius keeps doing what it's doing, it might still look this way 100 years from now. Some places protect their wonders. Mauritius is learning to protect the living ones. And now, my friend, the most extraordinary human event on this island. Maha Shivaratri. February, maybe March. You'll know it's coming when the roads start to fill. Not with cars, with people. 500,000 of them, walking. Some barefoot, some carrying wooden shrines called kanwars on their shoulders. Some singing, some silent. All heading to Grand BASSIN. This is Maha Shivaratri, the largest Hindu festival held anywhere outside of India. Mauritian Hindus walk from home to the sacred lake. Some live 5 miles away. Some live 30, 40, even 50 miles away, meaning they walk for 2, sometimes 3 full days. In the heat, on hard asphalt, feet blistered, faces calm. And here's the miracle. Along every road, stalls appear. Free water.
Free biryani, free rugai, free fruit, free places to rest. And these stalls aren't run only by Hindus. Muslims set them up, Christians set them up, Chinese communities set them up. They stand for hours, feeding pilgrims they will never see again. 500,000 people, 0 incidents, every year. When pilgrims reach Grand Bassin, they wash in the sacred water. They offer flowers, milk, and fruit to Lord Shiva. They light small oil lamps, diyas, on the surface of the lake. They stay all night, praying. And in the morning, they carry a small bottle of lake water home to bless their family for the coming year. This is what happens when vivre ensemble isn't just a word, it's a way of life.
And Mauritius has been living it for 200 years.
All right, my friend, here's everything you need to actually go. When to go? The sweet spot is late September through mid-November. Winter has just ended, cyclone season hasn't started, lagoons are calm, and prices are normal. Peak season is late December through early January. Beautiful, but prices jump 40 to 60%. Book 6 months ahead. Avoid mid-January through early March. Cyclone peak, heavy rain. Budget travelers, May and June. Prices drop 30 to 40%. Flights, JFK or LAX to Mauritius, around $1,200 to $1,800 round trip. You connect through Dubai, Paris, or Johannesburg. Budget, Dole Puri, $1. Sit-down meal, $10 to $20.
Fresh seafood, $25 to $40. Guest house, $70 to $110 per night. Mid-range resort, $200 to $340. Luxury all-inclusive, $700 and up. Gas is $1.20 a gallon, cheaper than home. Visa. Americans get 60 days, visa-free. Show a return ticket and hotel booking. Remote workers can apply for the premium visa, valid 1 full year. 3 rules. Mauritians drive on the left, British legacy. In Hindu temples, remove shoes, cover shoulders and knees, don't touch the statues. And never touch the coral reef. It's illegal, and the reef has already lost enough. The US State Department rates Mauritius level 1, safe, same as Iceland. Now you know everything, my friend.
Let's say goodbye.
A coral reef glowing from 30,000 feet. Sand dunes in 7 colors that refuse to mix. A mountain wrapped in clouds and 200 years of memory. 500,000 pilgrims walking barefoot through the dark, fed by strangers who ask for nothing. If you ever set foot on this island, my friend, you'll leave with something you can't quite name. Because Mauritius isn't just a place. It's proof that 4 continents can share one tiny island and everyone can win. If Mauritius just made your bucket list, drop bonjour in the comments below. That's Creole for hello. Let me know you're out there. If this journey warmed your heart, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the next country we visit together. Now tell me, where should we go next? Japan, Morocco, Bhutan, or Peru? Drop your pick below. And if you know someone who needs to see this island, share this video with them right now. Until next time, my friend, au revoir. Goodbye from Mauritius.